position, a 6'8" freshman from Ludwigsburg, Germany, number 24, Luis Nonfon. And starting at center tonight for the Jaguars, a 6'10" senior from Dublin, Ireland, number 17, Max Amadison. The Jaguars are coached by Dick Mitras. He is assisted by Zach Tinkham.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good evening, folks. Welcome to St. Augustine, Florida. We're on the campus of Flagler College here at the Flagler College Gymnasium. This is the Clark Family Court, named after legendary Flagler men's basketball coach Bo Clark. And tonight we've got a men's basketball tilt in the Peach Belt Conference between Flagler and Augusta. This should be a good one. Saints come in at 12-9 overall, 6-6 in the league. Augusta a little bit better, 14-7, 8-3 in the conference. Starting lineup for Augusta looks something like this. They'll be led by Dimitri Gardner, averages almost 23 points a game, a 6'4", 202-pound junior from Winchester, Virginia. He's joined out there by Evan Joyner, a 6'7" graduate student from Greensboro, North Carolina. John St. Germain will play at the point guard spot, a 6'1" sophomore from Charlottesville, Virginia. And then two other bigs out there for Augusta. Louis Nonfon, 6'7" freshman out of Ludwigsburg, Germany. And he's joined by another European 6'9" senior, Max Amadison. He is 6'9", 241 out of Dublin, Ireland. For the Saints, the starters are the same usual suspects. Jax Faulknight, the point guard. Mason Manning will join him out there with Max Herdlicka at the 3, Hoku Fisher at the 4, and Jalen Jordan at the 5. Jordan and Amadison at the center circle. Saints wearing the home white uniforms, and they will work from right to left here in the first half. Saints win the opening tap. Faulknight's got it. He'll drop for Manning and work it around the horn. Straight man-to-man defense by the Jaguars. Manning for Jordan. He'll back into Amadison with the left hand a little too strong with that one. Off balance look. Here come the Jags the other way in a hurry. Gardner will back down. Nice spin move. Stick it off the window and through. That's how you average 23 a game. Play inside, play outside. 37% three-point shooter, plus he can score in the paint. Here's Fisher, a drive inside, poked away, loose on the floor, last touch by the Jags. I think it went off the leg of number 17, which is a Madison. 15 on the shot clock. So no need to rush, but Saints got to be cognizant of the time. Poked away. Hoku Fisher will chase it down, and we're going to get a foul on the Saints. Faulknight got it stripped and then committed a foul trying to get back to it. So a minute in, 2-0 Augusta. Non-fawn and then around the horn. They play 4 out, 1 in, into Amadison. And his shot is off the mark, no good, but a reach-in foul going to go on the Saints. Foul's going to go on Max Herdlicka. He was the helper. Jalen Jordan had pretty good defense. Herdlicka tried to reach in there at the last minute. And that'll send Amadison to the free throw line. 75% on the year, but off the mark on that one. He's a D1 transfer out of St. Bonaventure. 17 points and almost 11 rebounds a game. And friendly roll on that one. So he goes 1 for 2. It's 3-0 Jags. Good pressure from St. Germain here against Faulknight. Jax rips through, pounds it off to Mason Manning, right baseline. He'll go up, under, and dish to Hoku, who floats and finishes. Good wraparound and finish there. Good look to knock it through. 3-2, back to a one-point game. Good crowd on hand tonight here in St. Augustine. St. Germain post feed into Amadison. He'll back down against Jordan. No help, baby hook short. Buck Knight hustles in there to get the rebound. Point guard to bring it front court himself. Off to Jordan. They'll clear out for him to go one-on-one if he wants to. He'll drop for Hoku, who finds some space and kick. Swinging around, Herdlicka, catch and shoot triple. He got it. Max Herdlicka knocks it down on an assist from Mason Manning. Saints lead at 5-3. Good defense here in the half court. Going to drive left side, cut off there. That's Joyner. Back out to St. Germain. Kick it over right-hand side, into Herdlicka. Shot on the way, too strong, but the stick back is good for Joyner. Joyner all by himself on the left side after that shot rimmed out. Ties us up at 5 apiece. Buck Knight tries to throw it inside. Got the ball poked away. It's loose on the floor and going to be a held ball. I think Buck Knight's asking for a kick on that bounce pass there. He thought the defender from Augusta kicked it. In that case, the ball would have stayed with the Saints. Instead, after a loose ball scrum, they give out a held ball. Possession arrow goes to Augusta after the Saints won the opening tap. So 17:08 to go first half. Almost 3 minutes in, 5 apiece here in St. Augustine. Joyner off the non-fawn and then down inside to Gardner. He backs in against Mason Manning. Shoots the turnaround. It's good. Dimitri Gardner. He's got 4. (7-5) Augusta. Buck Knight down the paint. Elbow jumper is off the heel, no good. Rebound loose and corralled by the Jags. St. Germain will bring it front court. Going to drive in against Buck Knight. And Jack's got the block, but Jack's got the arm. It's going to be 2 personals on Jack's Buck Knight. He's going to have to be careful. That's the Saints' leading scorer. That's the Saints' floor general. He's the quarterback, whatever term you want to call it. He's the guy that leads this team, and now he's picked up 2 personals here, and we haven't even made the first media timeout. St. Germain will be our free throw shooter. He's 88% on the year. Off the heel, no good. Buck Knight will get a rest. He'll go to the bench, catch his breath. They'll get the freshman Josiah Shackelford in there for him. Shackelford 14.8 points per game as a true freshman. St. Germain does make 1 of 2. So Hoku will move over to the point guard with Manning to kind of run the offense. Fisher, right side. Manning looking for the post feed to Jordan. He'll catch it, but about 19 feet from the basket. Out to Manning with the Jordan screen. He rolls, he catches. With the left hand, he finishes and gets fouled. Count the basket. Give the foul to John St. Germain. And give the Saints a chance to tie it up on a free throw. But before that, we got to go to a media timeout. First dead ball under 16 minutes. And that's where we are. 8-7 Jags, but a free throw pending for the Saints. When we come back, give us a chance to mention a couple of our great sponsors that help make these broadcasts and help support Flagler College basketball in general. Thanks to Academy Bus, the official bus provider of Flagler College Athletics. Academy Bus, we know the way. Also Anchor Faith, a community of people passionate about Jesus. A.D. Davis Construction, builders, developers, and contractors. Also the Bailey Group, No matter where you want to go, we'll help get you there. P&S Signs, quality signage and service. When it comes to signs, we do it all. And the final one during this stoppage here is Ameris Bank. Savings for the expected or the unexpected. Appreciate the support of all our great sponsors here at Flagler College Athletics. It's 8-7 Jags pending a free throw from Jalen Jordan. Jordan, the junior out of Hilliard, Florida, comes in at 72% from the free throw line. He's led the team in rebounding all year long and been one of the leaders in scoring as well. Currently sits at 14.1 points per game and 8.2 rebounds per contest. He's got one shot pending, and if he can convert, it'll tie the game here with 15:58 to go first half.
Jalen Jordan at the foul line.
Jordan knocks it down. Big, tall left-hander stands 6'7" and listed at 240. We're tied at 8 apiece here. T.J. Baker at the point guard spot. Off to Gardner, runner down the paint, off the heel, no good. Mason Manning, good defense, good rebound. Saints come front court looking to take the lead. Manning drops for Herdlicka. Bounce pass Hoku, post feed Jordan. Got some space, goes up, off the window and in. He turned the corner. And the Saints take a 10-8 lead. Elias Paulson also in the game at that last stoppage for the Jags. Post feed into Amadasun. Backs into a double team. Good defense. He'll put it up. Off the mark. Rebound by Hoku. Fisher pushing front court. Cut off on the drive. He'll reset. For Herdlicka, now Manning. Up high, Jalen Jordan. Crossover on the drive. Stop. And they'll say he didn't stop quick enough. Called for a travel. Jalen will get a rest here. He'll get a couple of words of encouragement from Coach Blake Sellen. And Boom Reeves will get in there for the Saints. For the Jags, 24, Lewis Nonfon checks back in. Boom 6'7", 211. He'll play inside. Right now he's working hard against T.J. Baker. There's Gardner, a pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound Mason Manning, and they're going to say Manning pushed him in the back to create space. First on Manning, fourth on the Saints. Augusta from the baseline. Poked away by Herdlicka. It'll stay this way. Stay in the possession of Augusta, but this time they'll inbound from the corner instead of on the baseline closer to the bucket. It's a little more challenging when you're inbounding from the corner there. Try to trap the guy here. The defender will be Josiah Shackelford. Into Joyner and around the horn. Drive down the paint is up, and it is good for Elias Paulson. Another good-looking freshman for Augusta. Paulson and Nonfon, both freshmen. Chances are both are older freshmen, though, because they're both international players. Shackelford's got it on the drive on the baseline. Wrap around for Herdlicka. Three ball is off the mark. Rebound tapped out to Mason Manning. Nice job by Boom. He tapped it intentionally to Manning to give the Saints a chance to reset. Tied at 10, 13:54 to go. Here comes Manning down the paint. Stop and kick. Off to Hoku for three. That one's off the mark. Rebound. Last touched by the Jags. Out of bounds. It'll stay Saints ball. .20 on the shot clock. That shot hit the rim. And I think we're going to have a hold. Trying to break free to get the ball inbounds. One of the Jaguars called for a hold. Goes on Paulson. Manning, cross court, Shackelford. Leans up, too strong, no good. Rebound tapped by Boom, but Paulson chases that one down. Paulson pushing front court. Trails it back to Joyner. Now they'll get into their half court. Paulson, Joyner down the paint for a runner. And too strong, no good. Rebound picked up by Hoku Fisher. Fisher, the junior from Wilmington, North Carolina. Got a screen from Boom if he wants it. He'll use it now to turn the corner. Not enough space, though. Off to Mason Manning. Shot clock on 15. Boom at the top of the circle. Drives right side, cut off there. Shot clock down to 7. 6. Manning an open 18-footer. It's good for Mason Manning. 12-10 Saints. There's Paulson up high, drops it off for Gardner. Little three-man weave down the paint for a runner. No good, left it short. Herdlicka gets it out to Josiah Shackelford. He'll go into Paulson. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Said that Shackelford pushed off a little too much, used that left arm to create space. They call him for an offensive foul. They'll give the ball back to the Jags. And it'll be Augusta basketball. I talked about the two international freshmen, one being Elias Paulson, 6'7", 194 from Yarvik, Iceland. And then Louis Nonfon, 6'7", 242 freshman from Ludwigsburg in Germany. Around the horn again. Amada Soon, the only player inside. They'll post feed him against Boom Reeves. Backs down, blocked by Boom, and that's going to be a held ball or a travel, one or the other. He went up with the ball, came down with the ball, so they're going to say that is a traveling violation. If Boom blocks it and holds it long enough, sometimes they call that a held ball. In this case, he just slapped it out of his hands briefly. And it's knocked out by Augusta here. Ball pressure from T.J. Baker. Another freshman. He's from Tallahassee. Dangerous pass there. Almost picked off by Paulson. Smalls and Manning work in the backcourt. To Boom Reeves at the top of the circle. For Manning. Behind the Boom screen. Step through and kick. Cross court. Trevor Smalls. 3-ball is off the mark. No good. Baker races front court, finds Paulson. Paulson to the basket, layup is good. Yeah, no way, that kid's an 18-year-old freshman. Very gifted basketball player. Here comes Smalls, floated up, stick it down with 2 hands. Trevor Smalls got his man to fly by him, going for a pump fake. Created some space to take it baseline and knock it home. Jumper is good back the other way from T.J. Baker. Tied at 14. We got a good one going here in St. Augustine. Shackelford going to attack and kick. Herdlicka, 3-ball is off the mark. Rebound picked up. Here comes Paulson. Somebody needs to stop the ball. Shackelford does. They throw a lob into Amada Soon. And he got Boom Reeves to go for the pump fake and able to finish easily inside. Reclaiming that lead for the Jags, 16-14. Manning up high, going to come down the paint, dish for Boom. Out to Smalls, pump fake, takes it baseline, tried to go back inside, and Trevor Smalls is injured. Not sure what the issue is, but he's down at the other end of the floor. Had a 5-on-4, and one of the Saints reached in and just committed basically an intentional foul without being called for a flagrant. I think it was Shackelford who slowed down the fast break as the trainers come and attend to Trevor Smalls. Smalls went up and got that big 2-hand flush. When he came down from that dunk, he went to the floor for a minute. And he popped back up and hustled back into play. And then as the ball went the other direction, he stayed behind again. And then once the ball went down to this end of the floor, he stayed behind and stayed down. So looked like he grabbed his midsection, like maybe that would be a a hip flexor or even into an abdominal muscle, but it was something like in his midsection, and grabbing that right side there a little bit, and still walking off very gingerly with the athletic trainer. And let's watch, see if he goes to the bench or if he goes to the training room. He's going to go to the training room. So we're at our under 12 media timeout. That foul on Josiah Shackelford gave us a chance to stop the play and go to the media. While we do have a split second here during the media timeout, I want to say thanks to the Bailey Group. No matter where you want to go, we'll help you get there. And also B&S Signs. Quality signage and service. When it comes to signs, we do it all at B&S Signs. Jags ball here in the midcourt. Shackelford's got to be careful. He's playing with two personals as well. Bucknight's already on the bench with two. Manning playing defense against Gardner. Turnaround is good. Wow. Dimitri Gardner's a tough assignment. That's how you average 23 a game. Well defended. Mason Manning rips through with a screen. Coming down the paint for another spin, float, and kick. Picked off by Gardner, though. Gardner with Shackelford. Shackelford playing with two fouls. Gardner misses, but the stick back is good for Louis Nonfon.
Rebounded basket by Luis Donfon.
Saints ball down 6. It was 14 apiece just moments ago. Manning coming baseline. Throw it back out toward Jordan. It's poked away. Step through, and did it go off of his knee? No, they'll say off the Saints. That was John St. Germain running the floor on the run out there. Mason Manning will check out. Jax Bucknight will get back in there. Bucknight's guarding Palson. Here's Gardner backing in. Turnaround against Hoku is good.
Dimitri Gardner.
Gardner's got 8. Fisher working against St. Germain. Throw it over to Jordan. Step through, little left-handed hook shot is good.
Jalen Jordan.
Jordan's got 7. Big bucket there for the Saints. They've been scoreless for about 2.5 minutes. Here's Palson working against Bucknight. Takes it in for a runner. Oh, and he banks it home.
Elias
Paulson averages 6.5 points a game. Shackelford goes strong and gets bumped by Gardner and fouled. First personal on Dimitri Gardner. Free throw shooter is going to be Josiah Shackelford. 80% on the season. Saints are down 8 here at the 8:20 mark. Too strong on the first, no good. One more coming. Jags go to the bench. Nonfon checks out for Evan Joyner to return. One more free throw coming for Shackelford. It's 24-16 pending the free throw. And the second one's good. Saints will go to the bench, get Bucknight out. Mason Manning back in. 24-17. Paulson post feed inside down to the baseline. Up and under, no good. Rebound fought for, comes to Jordan. Jordan finds Hoku Fisher. Fisher's going to push front court. Cut off there by St. Germain. Spins baseline. Spins back right. Kicks it out to Manning. Good defense by St. Germain. They work the horn all the way around. Here comes Shackelford going baseline. Trail it back out to Manning, who will attack in, float and kick out to Hoku. Shot clock on 7. Manning, pull up from 18. It's good. Makes it a 5-point game. Big bucket there for Mason Manning. 24-19 Augusta. Manning working on Gardner. Gardner says, get out of my way. Kicks it off to the top of the circle for a three-pointer. It's good for Evan Joyner. Joyner 36% on the year, 9 for 25 coming in from three. He knocks down the triple. Averages 7 a game. He's already got 5. And ball is kicked up into the bleachers over there by one of the Augusta players. And that'll take us to our under 8 media timeout. It's 27-19. Saints are down 8 to Augusta right now at the 7:07 mark. Give us a chance to get some more reminders from some of our sponsors here. Ameris Bank, saving for the unexpected, for the expected or the unexpected. Birchall and Company, find your home today. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. Also thanks to Carrabba's, so close you can taste it. South State Bank, welcome to Banking Forward. Also thanks for the support from Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. 27-19, Saints down 8. Let's take a quick look at the Peach Belt Conference scoreboard for the women's basketball games. A big win for the Saints over Augusta earlier, 76-68. Saints women 76, Augusta women 68. In other action in women's basketball around the Peach Belt, it was Columbus State over Clayton State, Georgia Southwestern over USC Aiken, North Georgia defeated Lander, and Georgia College defeated USC Beaufort. So the winners were Columbus, Flagler, Georgia Southwestern, North Georgia, and Georgia College. That's in women's basketball tonight around the Peach Belt. 27-19 here in the men's game. Augusta by 8. Saints do have the basketball. And Buck Knight back on the floor. Off to Jordan. Right baseline. Backdoor cutter looking for Shackelford. He'll find him with 6, 5, 4. A long three from Buck Knight. Comes up short. Rebound fought for in the corner. Comes out to T.J. Baker. He goes to Gardner. Pull up from 8 feet is good.
Dimitri Gardner.
Gardner goes to double figures with 10. Buck Knight for Shackelford. His 3 is good. Shackelford right around 50% for the season. 48 for 98 from 3. Big bucket there to take it from 10 down to 7. Paulson for Baker. Into Amadison. He's double teamed and stolen away. Buck Knight's got it in transition with Shackelford. Finds Josiah left side. Another 3. Oh, in and out, no good. Good crowd on hand looking for something to celebrate. That one would have helped. Halson off to Joyner. Amadison jumper from 18. Off the heel, no good. Joyner rebounds. He'll kick it out to reset it with T.J. Baker. Paulson a jumper. It's good. Soft touch there from Elias Paulson. 6'7" freshman from Yardvik, Iceland. Back to a 9-point game, 31-22. Buck Knight pump fake from 3. He'll drive in, down the paint, put it up, and draw the foul. I think he's going to get it on Joyner. Let's wait and see. Yep, referee walks to the table and says number 0, Evan Joyner, committed the foul. His first. Only 4 fouls committed by Augusta so far. Saints have committed 6. Free throw for Buck Knight is good. He's got one more coming. He's 84% on the year. Paulson will check out for St. Germain to get back to the point guard spot as Jax Buck Knight makes a both. 31-24. It's a 7-point game in favor of Augusta. Here's Baker. Off a screen, he'll drop it for St. Germain. To Gardner, nice dish. Saints jumped into double team, and there's a little screen and roll there to Joyner. Buck Knight coast to coast for the runner. It's blocked. Now run out the other way, 2-on-0. Big flush coming from Dimitri Gardner.
Dimitri Gardner.
35-24, 11-point cushion for the Jags. This was a tough matchup for the Saints up in Augusta, and it's been tough so far tonight. Shackelford sprays it cross court to Hoku. His three is good. Timeout by Coach Blake Stellan. Back on January 15th up in Augusta, it was 102-71. Saints lost by 31. It's 35-27 right now at the 4:32 mark. Good decision to get a timeout there, in my opinion. Saints needed to regroup a little bit here. Take better care of the basketball. This is an outstanding basketball team from Augusta. It's going to take a great effort tonight to defeat them, and the Saints need to change their approach just a little bit. .432 to play in the first half. A couple more sponsor mentions. Let's say thanks to Capital Financial Strategies, a full-service financial company serving North Florida and South Georgia. Caldwell Banker Premier Realty, fulfilling the dream of home since 1906. Also thanks to Evans Automotive, quality work at a fair price. Jags come front court. Saints will set up in their defense. Here's Paulson down the paint for a runner. Too strong, no good. Rebound. Amadasoon is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. And Trevor Smalls got back in the game, but it looks like he's going to be able to stay. Like he was in some pain once again. We'll keep an eye on Trevor. Amadasoon, the free throw shooter. 75% on the season. Knocks in the first. 17 points and almost 11 rebounds a game. Smalls is going to come out. And he's going back to the training room. Amadasoon makes them both. Out near midcourt, deflection and a steal. Amadasoon kicks it over to Baker near side. Trails it back to Paulson for three. In and out, no good. Saints dodge a bullet that time. Mason Manning rips down the rebound. Down 10, but have the basketball. Here come the Saints. High post, Boom Reeves. Back to Manning. Boom will set a screen for him. Manning's got some space to create. Spins, loses his footing. Ball ends up in the hands of Hoku Fisher. He'll lean and float it up and in. Athletic move there by Hoku Fisher. Kind of lost his balance as he was going to the basket, able to float it up and float it in. Saints trying to get a stop on defense. Easier said than done. This is a good Augusta team. Take it inside for a floater. It's no good. Knocked out of bounds by the Saints. Touched it last. And that takes us to our under 4 media timeout. 3:22 to go first half. 37-29. Augusta leads it by 8 here. Quick mention about some of our other sponsors. Endorphin Farms, a fully licensed sauce and manufacturing facility. Hero of Florida, your partner for the complete equipment lifestyle. And Jersey Mike Subs, a sub above. 37-29, Jags by 8 here at the 3:22 mark. Leading scorer is Gardner, no surprise there. He's got 12, already halfway to his season average of 23. 6 out of 9 from the field. For the Saints, Fisher and Jordan each have 7. Very balanced for Flagler. Buck Knight with 2, Manning with 4. Herdlicka with 3, Smalls with 2, and Shackelford with 4. And as I mentioned, Jordan and Fisher share high honors with 7 each. Saints are shooting the ball well, 52%. 11 out of 21. Unfortunately, Augusta's shooting it well also at 53%. The difference being Augusta has 30 field goal attempts versus the Saints 21. 15-9 is the rebounding battle. So that gets you 6 extra opportunities. And then turnovers. Flagler's committed 8 turnovers. Augusta's only committed 2. So 9 more shot attempts for Augusta. That's really the difference. 37-29, Augusta by 8 at the 3:22 mark. And it's Jags basketball on the baseline. They're underneath their own basket, off to the left-hand side. Hoku Fisher will guard the inbounds man. They look inside for a lob, can't find it, go to Gardner instead. Gardner and Manning mano a mano, far side. Almost poked away and stolen, and they will finally steal it. And there's a reach-in foul. It's a good foul there by John St. Germain. Saints had a 3-on-1 fast break. St. Germain basically just reached over and got a piece of the shirt there to slow down the fast break. It's not an intentional foul, even though he intended to do it, because he did go for the basketball. But make no doubt about it, he was just trying to slow down that fast break, and he did just that. Fisher out between the circles, going to use a Jordan screen to get some space. Left for Manning. Now into Jordan on the block. Backs down, leans over to Shackelford. He'll shoot the turnaround, blocked by Gardner. Rebound picked up there by Evan Joyner. Jags front court, Joyner drops for Paulson. Paulson a pull-up from 17, short, no good. Rebound picked up by Balknight. They can go 3-on-2 if they hustle. Trail it back to Mason Manning. Throw it into the corner to Hoku. Now down to Jordan. Cutter, Shackelford. Dangerous pass in the paint there. Partially deflected and stolen away. Not much space for that pass to get through. Here's Amada soon. They'll sink to double. Leave an open 3 ball. It's off the mark. Rebound picked up by Hoku Fisher. Fisher finds Balknight left side. He'll skip past far side to Manning. Bounce it over to Shackelford. Goes baseline. Up, under, hangs in the air. Can't finish. Amada soon with the rebound. That would have been a big bucket right there for Josiah Shackelford, but couldn't get it through. Under 2 to go here first half, 37-29. And we got a trip. Inadvertent, but they're going to call the trip on Josiah Shackelford. Powson was trying to pop out. Slowed him up.
Fouls on number 4, Josiah.
That's going to be the 3rd personal on Shackelford. And it's also going to be a 1-and-1 here for Paulson.
Elias Paulson at the foul line for the Jaguars.
He's 80% on the year. Probably not the guy you want to foul necessarily in a 1-and-1 situation. First is good. 37 out of 46 on the season. One more coming for Paulson. And in and out, he misses the second. 38-29, so it's single digits, but the Saints are down 9. 90 seconds to go here before halftime. Jordan up high, looking for Balknight. Jacks will spin, look for a helper. Try to bounce it in, it's deflected and knocked out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock, Saints ball on the baseline. Into Jordan. Back to Balknight. 7, 6, bounce pass cross court, Herdlicka. Catch and shoot 3, rattles in there. Friendly roll for Max Herdlicka, his second triple of the night. That was a big one. Saints needed it to cut it back to a 6-point game as we approach the 1-minute mark here. Final minute of the first half. Powson right side. Back cross court, they look for Gardner, and we got a moving screen. Foul's going to go on Elias Paulson. Say he didn't get established to set the screen. He just kept moving and ran into one of the Saints players. You can't set a moving pick. That's the body language the referee gave him. Saints have a chance to make this a 1-possession game if they could hit a triple. It's 38-32. Balknight down the paint kicks. Mason Manning, oh, he got too wide to create some space and stepped out of bounds. Unlucky turnover there for the Saints. 42.4 to go first half. A fresh 30 for Augusta. They'll probably elect to use most of this clock with a 12-second differential. Let's wait and see. Baker will go right. Out to Gardner. Cross court. Down the paint for a runner. They're going to get a blocking foul on the Saints. They call it on Jax Balknight. So, a double whammy there. You give up a foul, and it's the third foul of the game against the Saints point guard. Free throws in and out from Joyner, no good. He's 57% on the year. Augusta going to get Gardner out, even though he only has one foul. No sense in taking a risk there. They'll get Zaire Edwards in the game. Second free throw is good. Zaire Edwards, a 5'8", 143-pound sophomore. You don't see a lot of 143-pounders out there in college basketball. Shot clock turned off. Hoku will hold the basketball between the circles, guarded by Evan Joyner. Down to 10, we'll get ready to go. With 9, with 8, he'll go right, use the Balknight screen. Down the paint, floated up, can't finish, rebound bounced, loose, still loose. Jordan back up, and the horn goes off, and here come the Teddy Bears for the halftime Teddy Bear toss, but might have been a little premature because there was a foul called.
Hold the stuffed animals. We're still in regulation. Hold the stuffed animals.
Saints got to be careful here. They could earn a penalty for all these teddy bears that got thrown onto the court.
We still have time to play.
The horn did go off, but the horn went off too early. There was a foul whistled, so we're going to have to clean up all the teddy bears and try to finish this first half. Saints players have come out of the huddle. The cheerleaders are out, and everybody's trying to help get the court cleaned off. Give everybody a second chance to throw those teddy bears onto the court. Of course, all these teddy bears are being donated tonight after the game to the UF Health. The referees are together. They're going to probably go to the monitor. They are allowed to do that and see how much time was left. There was a foul whistled. I believe Jordan had a rebound and went up to shoot the basketball and got fouled. Let's just wait and see what the call is. Referees are talking about it. I think they should go to the monitor and use the clock and the video replay to try to figure it out. Whistle blew before the horn went off and the red light lit. The clock didn't get stopped quick enough. That's why the horn went off and everybody threw the teddy bears on the court thinking that the half had ended. But there was a whistle. There will be a foul. Who's it going to go on? And was it a foul on a shot or not? According to the scoreboard, Augusta's only committed 6 fouls. So if that was number 6, then, and it's a non-shooting foul, there won't be any shots. But if that's now number 7, it'll be a 1-and-1. According to the stats here, there are 6 fouls on the live stats, and they have not entered a foul number 7. So if it's a foul on Augusta, it will be foul number 7, and it'll be a 1-and-1 if it's not a shooting foul. Coaches are there with one of the referees talking about it. The other referee is at the table looking at the video monitor. coach from Augusta, Dip Metris, in his 21st season. The more animated of the two. Still talking to the referee. Coach Blake Sellen has walked away. Still don't know what the final adjudication is going to be. But Augusta coach seems to be the more disappointed of the two. So the referee that went to the monitor has come back to talk to his colleagues. They've put 1.2 seconds on the clock. And it will be Jalen Jordan at the free throw line.
Hold on the stuffed animal throwing. Wait for my signal.
.2 is the time. Jalen Jordan will be the free throw shooter. And 2 fingers in the air, so it was in the act of shooting. And first free throw is no good. Jordan 72% on the year. Deep breath and try to hit number 2. He does. So Augusta will burn a timeout here. This is the use it or lose it timeout. They had not taken a timeout in the first half, and then you can only carry over 3. So you get 4, but you can only carry over 3, so you might as well use it. Even though with 1.2 seconds to go, the chances are relatively low that they're going to be able to get the ball the length of the floor. But you got nothing to lose by burning the timeout and trying to diagram something up. They got a big fella in Amadison at 6'10". Can you throw the lob and try to catch? You got time for a catch and shoot with 1.2. And the horn went off briefly. And now we're ready to go. With 1.2, they'll throw the baseball pass. Caught by Amadison. He'll put it up. And it's off the mark, and here come the Teddy Bears. The PA announcer asked the crowd to wait until his signal so the players and officials could get off the court. And hard to control an enthusiastic crowd. And there's a couple hundred Teddy Bears that have hit the floor here in St. Augustine. The score is going to be 39-33. The Saints, courtesy of that free throw from Jalen Jordan, make it a 6-point game. 39-33 the score. Augusta leads it by 6. Gardner, the team high honors for Augusta with 12. And Jordan, team high honors for Flagler with 8. Take a quick look at some of our sponsors once again. Thanks to Mowry Law Firm, proud supporter of Flagler Athletics. New Day Design Company for all your architectural needs. The Noah Bailey Group, your local real estate experts. And our final mention here, Northeast Florida Regional Airport, the smart choice for all your air travel needs. Thanks for being with us tonight, folks. We're at the half. It's 39-33 in favor of Augusta. We'll be right back here in just a few minutes from St. Augustine.
How do you make history? In St. Augustine, Florida, Flagler College stands as a beacon where the lion-hearted can forge new paths. Here, your courage finds its name, and ambition finds its home. Inspired by the visionary Henry Flagler, you don't just learn, you create, innovate, and find where you truly belong. So how do you make history? It starts with you, right here. Flagler College, where history begins.
name of our doubleheader tonight.
Back to action here in Saints basketball here in the front court. Their audio levels adjusted a little bit there. And a turnover, unfortunately, for the Saints there in the first possession. 39-33. Runner up is good by St. Germain, and a foul
St. Germain
on the Saints. It's on Max Herdlicka.
He was fouled by 13.
St. Germain did a really nice job putting that ball high off the backboard, well over the outstretched arms of the 6'5" Max Herdlicka.
He'll shoot one.
And then Herdlicka got him on the follow through and a three-point opportunity here. And it is good for John St. Germain. 15.2 points per game for the point guard out of Charlottesville. He's just a sophomore. Boy, they got some young, good players. Good young talent here at Augusta. They jump into a zone here. 2-3 zone. Fisher splits and kicks off to Bucknight. He'll put up a long three ball, and it's good. Saints shoot the three at a pretty good percentage. If they can come out hot, they'll get them out of that zone pretty quickly. Here's Gardner. Got it left side now. Started by Mason Manning. Joyner takes it in, attacks Bucknight, and Jax gets the steal. Jack's going to race the other way. It's 2-on-4, no numbers. Trailer over to cross court. Hoku, three ball, off the mark, unlucky. Here come the Jags the other way. Gardner left wing, behind the back against Manning. Takes it baseline, kicks it, swings it. Three ball, St. Germain, it's good. That extra pass from the baseline to the top of the circle. That's the difference maker right there. Drive it in by Gardner, kick it out, and then make one more pass. Nine-point lead as Fisher's got it. Over to Jalen Jordan. Pull-up jumper off the window, too strong, no good. Rebound, Jags. They're up 9 with the ball, coming front court. Gardner left side. Crossover and kick. Joyner to the elbow. Jumper from there is no good by Amadousoun. Saints rebound. Jags are back on the defensive side here. Bucknight looking for Hoku. Threw it too hard. Threw it into the backcourt. Bucknight tried to take it all the way to the basket and kick it out, and when he did, his momentum carried him a little too far, and he threw it well to the side of Hoku Fisher over his head. Goes into the backcourt. Once Hoku touches it there, it's a turnover. Jags basketball. Gardner harassed by Manning. Off to Nonfon and then down low to Amadousoun. They sink to double and he'll spin past him. Max Amadousoun able to finish and take it back to double figures. It's an 11-point game. That zone didn't last long. Saints hit one three-pointer over top of it, and they're back in the man. Manning all the way through on the dribble, wrap around to Jordan for a flush. Nice pass there from Mason Manning. A no look, kind of wrap around behind his head to a wide open Jalen Jordan. Gardner for Nonfon, then back to Gardner. Spins, tries to get free. Doesn't get very free, but got free enough to get the shot off. It's no good. Rebound comes to Fisher. Got Bucknight to his right, Manning to his left. Hoku stays on the dribble behind the back to Herdlicka. Catch and shoot triple. Left it short. On line, but short. St. Germain all the way in. Floater, too strong, no good. Rebound, Bucknight racing the other way. Jax is in a foot race. Stop and pop, and triple is off the mark. Unlucky. No Saints back to help on a rebound there, but that was a good look from Jax Balknight. Just couldn't get it to go. Jaguars slow the pace this time down. St. Germain off to Gardner. Back in against Mason Manning. Try to go baseline. Cut off there. Still working baseline. Nowhere to go. Good defense. Three-pointer is an air ball as the shot clock was about to expire from Amadasun. And that'll take us to our first media timeout of the second half. 47-38. Saints down 9 at the 15-20 mark. Thanks to 123 Burger House. It's about 2 blocks here from the stadium. An easy 2-block walk. 123 Burger House. Grillin' and chillin'. Pink Stork, the wellness brand for women. Pitt Printing, achieve your marketing goals. UF Health St. John's, a bright new beginning in healthcare. Hyundai of St. Augustine, when it comes to dreaming big, we're thinking of every mile. And the last mention for this break here, Salt Life. Eat, drink, and be salty. 15-20 to go here in the ball game. It's 47-38. Jaguars lead it by 9 over the Saints here on the Saints home court. Jags are sitting at 8-3 in the Peach Belt while the Saints are at 6-6. It's a big game for Flagler. Try to creep up into that upper portion of the middle tier. If you can get to the 4 seed, you get a home game in the first round of the conference tournament. Postseason is not all that far away. As the standings sit right now, Saints are in 6th. Here's Fisher on a drive down the paint. They'll stop and kick out to Balknight. Shot clock's on 12. Jack's off to Mason Manning. Manning loses the dribble briefly. Turns the corner, down the paint for a runner, and they'll say, wave it off. Basket was good, but before the shot, there was a foul. The hold called against number 4. That's John St. Germain. He'll check out of the game. He'll take Louis Nonfon with him. And the Icelandic freshman, Elias Paulson, will get back in there. He brought T.J. Baker with him. Here's Manning, top of the circle with the basketball. Spin and kick to Balknight. Man flies by, extra pass. Manning's 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound. Last touch by the Saints. It'll go to Augusta. Good possession last time for the Saints. Good extra pass. Open look from Mason Manning. Just couldn't get it to go. Down 9 at the 14-29 mark. Paulson for Joyner. Baker and a lob into Amadasun. Back out to Baker for 3. It's short. Amadasun rebound, stick back, no good. Rebound, Josiah Shackelford. Shackelford's across the timeline. Finds Balknight. Uses the Boom Reeves screen, but not enough space. Boy, this Augusta team is good on defense. They got such good length. There's Shackelford inside, kick it out toward Balknight. Pass a little bit off. Shot clock on 7. Corner Hoku, 3 ball. Off the mark. There's a baseball pass out to Gardner. He'll attack into him and wave it off for a charge. Gardner got going too fast. That's a gutsy decision there by Jax Balknight. He's playing with 3 personals. Steps in to draw a charge and does. That's the Saints' leading scorer who took a risk right there, but it was a good one. It worked out. Take the ball away from Gardner. Give it back to the Saints. 47-38. See if we can convert that one into a bucket. Fisher a drive and a foul on Elias Paulson. Fisher got just enough. He turned the corner and got a hip on him, and Paulson was chasing him downhill at that point. Commits the foul. Hoku will shoot 2.
Stepping to the foul line for the Saints is number 21, Hoku Fisher.
70% on the year for Fisher. 19 out of 27.
He'll shoot 2.
First shot is good. This team's similar in terms of season stats. Saints score 82. Augusta averages 81. Saints allow 80. Augusta allows 78. So pretty similar in the season stats. There, Paulson for Gardner. Down the paint, here he comes. Do something about it. Nobody can stop Dimitri Gardner. Faulknight down the paint looking for a helper. Cross court to Shackelford. He'll come down the paint. Float with the right hand. Too strong, no good. Last touch by Gardner. It'll stay with the Saints. Shot clock did not reset. It's on 11. Shackelford's shot off the right side hit the backboard but did not hit the rim. So the shot clock did not reset. So the Saints got to be cognizant of that. They only have 11 seconds. Into Fisher. Crossover to the baseline. All the way through and kick over to Shackelford. Shot clock's on 4. Pull-up jumper from 3. It is off the mark, but a foul. It's going to go on Gardner, and it's going to give Josiah Shackelford 3 free throws, and it's going to be 3 fouls on the leading scorer, Dimitri Gardner, here with 12:40 to go.
Number 2, Dimitri Gardner.
That's a big play right there. Gardner picks up his 3rd personal. And the Saints get 3 free throws.
He'll shoot 3.
First shot good, 2 more coming. Gardner's only committed 36 fouls in the entire season through 20 games, so average is less than 2 fouls per contest. He has not fouled out, so he's pretty controlled on his defense. And the coach will go ahead and get him out of the game. He's going to take his 14 points to the bench. And Shackelford makes it 3 for 3, and it's a 6-point game. 49-43 at the 12:40 mark. Saints got to dig in on defense and get a stop, especially with Gardner on the bench. St. Germain off for non-fawn. Then Baker, and then back to St. Germain. Non-fawn, and then over to Paulson. Baseline, jumper on the way, no good. Rebound, Shackelford, that's a foul, yeah. Good box out by Shackelford. The only way for Louis non-fawn to get anywhere close to the basketball was to go through him, and he did. First personal on 24, Louis non-fawn, the 6'7" German. Played in the first division of the Bundesliga for the Ludwigsburg Giants in the past. He's an experienced freshman. Here's Jalen Jordan. Inside, little baby hook is off the mark. Rebound being fought for, loose on the floor, and picked up there by Max Amadassoon. Tough break for the Saints that time. There's Paulson into Amadassoon. He'll spin with the right hand, and unlucky that time for the Jaguars. The shot rims out, but the foul is called on Jalen Jordan. It'll send Max Amadassoon to the free throw line for 2 free throws, but first we got to have our media timeout. This is the under 12 media. It's 49-43. Saints down 6, which is right where we were at halftime. Couple quick commercial mentions here at the under 12 media. Thanks to Holiday Inn Express, Flagler College Athletics official hotel. The Holiday Inn Express right here in St. Augustine. Also thanks to Sonny's, local pitmasters since '68. We don't just serve barbecue, we are barbecue. Spartan Orthopedic Institute, sports medicine and robotic surgery. And the St. Augustine Marina for all your boating and fishing needs. 49-43, Jaguars lead it by 6 here over Flagler with 11:51 to play. Jags sit in a tie for second place at 8-3. Beaufort, Aiken, and Augusta all 8-3. Columbus State on top at 10-2. Then you got Lander at 6-5, Flagler at 6-6, and North Georgia at 5-6. So you got a jumble in there. A three-way tie for second, third, and fourth, and then one game separating 5th, 6th, and 7th place at this point in the season. A lot of basketball left tonight and a lot of basketball left in the Peach Belt. Always competitive in the Peach Belt Conference.
The Jaguars is number 17, Max Amadasoon.
Max Amadasoon at the free throw line, shooting a couple. First is good. He's one of the two seniors, Amadasoon and Evan Joyner. Everybody else is back next year. Or I guess in today's day and age of college basketball, everyone else is eligible to come back. With the transfer portal, it seems like free agency has hit college basketball, and everybody's on a one-year deal. Saints ball front court, 51-43, down 8. Mason Manning handles it against Towson. Got some space to kick it to Balknight. Works against Joyner. Turns the corner, down the paint, runner, wraparound. Jordan up, flush it down. Jalen Jordan on a wraparound from Jax Balknight takes us back to a 6-point game. Towson kicks to Baker. Baker, a runner rejected by Jordan, rebound Fisher. Here come the Saints, down 6 with the ball. Shackelford, stop, float, finish, good. Little jump stop move there by Shackelford as he attacked the rim. It's a 4-point game as we approach the midway point. Remember, the Saints lost by 31 up in Augusta. Matasoon takes it left, hands it off to Baker. Now Powson, lob inside. He'll turn and face, shoot the jumper. Off the mark, no good. High in the air for the rebound is Nonfon. And they work it around, look for the lob again. Here comes Joyner into Jordan, and Jordan commits the foul. Second personal on Jalen Jordan, and it'll send Evan Joyner to the free throw line. Joyner only 57% on the year, 26 out of 45. First is good. Gardner's back in for the Jaguars. Second free throw. Perfect for Joyner. He didn't look like a 57% free throw shooter on those two. They were perfect. Back to a 6-point game. Closest Saints have been was 4 just moments ago. There's a lob to Joyner. He's double teamed. Who's open? He finds Hoku. Spin off the window. No good. Too strong. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Augusta. It's last touch by Louis Nonfon. Nonfon played for MHP Ludwigsburg, which is also known as the Ludwigsburg Giants. Here's Jordan going to back him down. With the left hand, it's good.
Jalen Jordan with a nice touch on that jump shot.
Jordan liked the matchup there with Nonfon much better than with Amadasoon. Here's Gardner with Manning. Out to Joyner. Runner off the right side is up and good for St. Germain. That's a quick first step for John St. Germain. 15 points a game for the point guard. Also has 98 assists on the year. Three ball for the Saints is off the heel, but Hoku high in the air for an offensive rebound. Out to Balknight, wrap around Hoku. Three ball, off the mark again. Rebound ripped down by Louis Nonfon. Saints missed a chance that time. A couple open looks from three, just couldn't get them to drop. Joyner off the right side. Out to Gardner, they'll clear out for him. Coming down the paint. Spins, rattles it in there. Yeah, that's really good defense by Mason Manning. There's just nothing you can do about it. 57-49. It was 4, now it's back to 8. Manning, Jordan, a catch, under, and foul. Went up to bank it home and didn't get it to go, but did get the foul. I think it's on 24, non-fawn. Didn't hear the...
Taylor Jordan to the foul line for the Saints. He'll shoot 2.
First free throw is good. Yeah, foul was on non-fawn. That's his second personal. Saints will get Hoku some rest and get Max Hrdlicka back in there. Hrdlicka, the North Florida transfer. And free throw, no good. Hit the back of the rim, went up in the air, and hit the guide wire that holds the basket in place. And once it touches that, it's dead. Even though it did touch that and go in, they wave it off because once it hits the wire, it's a dead ball. It's the right call. It's unlucky for the Saints. 57-50, Jags by 7. Right side, St. Germain, down low to Gardner. Against Manning, leans into him, shoots a jumper. It's good. Just leaned that shoulder and created enough space without fouling. He's got 18. Balknight for Boom Reeves. Up strong and in. Boom with the basket and one.
Nice layup by number 14.
Little hesitation in midair to allow the foul to be committed without the shot being blocked. Boom kisses it off the window for his first bucket of the night and a chance for a three-point play.
He'll shoot 1.
A line drive free throw, no good off the heel. Saints could have cut it back to 6, which is where we were at halftime, but instead it's a 7-point lead for Augusta as they work between the circles. Non-fawn over to St. Germain. St. Germain a drive in. Throw the baseline pass, got too much on it. Saints stuck a hand in there and the pass had to get a little too much mustard on it and they threw it too hard, too hot. Couldn't handle it, it goes out of bounds. The ball will go to the Saints coming out of this media timeout. First dead ball under 8. We'll say thanks to St. John's Family Funeral Home and Crematory Services, unique as life. Stellar Group taking solutions further. Sunshine Realty for all your real estate needs. Taylor and Waldrop, St. Augustine lawyers backed by experience. Sniffen and Spellman, PA, a full-service law firm representing clients statewide. UBS Financial, pursue what matters most to you for today, tomorrow, and generations to come. And finally, Bested Metals. We are a customer-centric and solution-based metal supplier. 59-52. Jaguars lead it by 7 over the Saints. Jags have led for most of the game. Last time the Saints led was 14-12. That was their last lead. It was also their biggest lead. biggest lead for Augusta has been 11 when it was 47-36. It was a 6-point game at the half. It's a 7-point game now, but it's Flagler basketball. Saints are just 1 for their last 8 3-pointers. They're going to rally tonight. Going to have to get hot from downtown. Here comes Bucknight on his drive and drop to Boom Reeves. Up, under, and got it blocked on the backside. Good defense on the near side. Boom went up and under, and there was weak side help on that side as well. Length and athleticism. Here comes Gardner. Working against Manning. Floats it up there and gets a foul called.
Fouls on number 2, Mason Manning.
Second personal on Manning. He has got the unenviable assignment of guarding Dimitri Gardner man-to-man all night long, and he has done a fantastic job. In and out for Gardner. 79% free throw shooter. Boom Reeves out for Jalen Jordan to get back in there. Saints are going 4 guards and a big. They got 4 3-point threats on the court along with Jalen Jordan. Second free throw good for Dimitri Gardner. It's an 8-point game. Shackelford, Manning, Herdlicka, and Bucknight in the 4-out, 1-in offense. Bucknight back to Jordan. He'll float, stick it in the foul.
Basket is good.
Jalen Jordan is left-handed, and that worked to his advantage that time. The bounce pass came from his right. He was able to use his right hand as a little bit of a shield and score the bucket with his left and draw the foul. Chance for a 3-point play here. Take it from 8 down to 6 and maybe make it 5 with a free throw here.
Shoot 1.
Jordan, 72% free throw shooter on the season. And it's good. $60 to 55. Gardner wrap around. They're going to get a reach on Jax. Tried to poke the ball away from number 17, Max Amadasun. That's going to be his 4th personal foul. Saints are down 5. Their leading scorer's got 4 fouls. No chance they're taking him out right now. Gardner versus Manning. Little fadeaway in the paint is good. And the shoulder slump from Mason Manning. He did everything he could. Hand in the face, tight defense, and Gardner still hits it. Bucknight, going baseline, up and under and in for Jax Bucknight. And timeout taken by Blake Sellen. Back to a 5-point game here at the 6:14 mark. The Saints have been knocking on the door here in the second half, but can't get over the hump. They got it from 6 down to 4. It grew back to 8, and now they got it back to 5. But there's 6:14 to play. Can't be trading basket for basket. At some point, the Saints are going to need to get some more consistent stops on the defensive end. They're down 5 with 6:14 to play. Jordan leads the Saints. He's the only player with double figures. He's got 18. On the opposite side of the docket, Gardner's got 21 to lead all scorers. Joyner has 10. St. Germain has 9, and Amadasun has 9. Paulson has 9. And Amadasun 1 point away from a double-double. He's got 9 points and already has 10 rebounds. For the Saints, the leading rebounder is Hoku Fisher. He has 5. After going 4 for 10 in the first half from three-point area, the Saints are just 1 for 8 here in the second. Possession arrow favors the Jaguars. 62-57, the score favors the Jags as well. St. Germain a drive over Hrdlicka, and shot's good. High double ball screen, he turns the corner and a lot of congestion. Got enough space to finish it off the window. Good set play for a high percentage shot. Bach Knight will go right, they switch. Gonna turn the corner on Amadassoon for up and under and in. Amadassoon has got the length at 6'9", but he didn't have the foot speed to keep up with Jack's Bach Knight on that switch. Point guard versus a true 5. Again, the Saints have traded a 2 for a 2. 3-point attempt is no good. Rebound Saints. There's the stop they need. Now they need to score. Down 5 with 5:21. Bach Knight, Jordan again. Same thing. All the way up, all the way under. Wrap around back the other way. Over to Jalen Jordan. Left-hander off the window. Too strong. No good. The tough shot there with the left hand over the 6'9" Amadassoon. There's the lob inside. Backs into Jordan for his own little turnaround baby hook. It's good.
That's Amadassoon.
Back to a 7-point game. 2-man game again. Bach Knight and Jordan. Open 3. Off the mark. Unlucky. Jordan tried to catch and finish all in one motion. Wasn't able to do so. Saints got a good look from Bach Knight and then a stick back opportunity from Jordan, and both of them rimmed out. St. Germain a post feed to the big man again. And he'll rattle it home. Jalen Jordan tried to draw the charge. Got nothing. No call, no charge, no block, no nothing. Augusta going to sit up in their zone here. Saints will spread the floor. They're down 9. Bach Knight thought about a 3, passed it up, go to Shackelford for his 3. It's also no good. Saints have gone cold from the distance. Under 4 minutes to play here in St. Augustine. In danger of going down double figures if the Jags can score here. They're going to be patient. Gardner's going to shoot a 3 ball, and he'll bank it home. Dimitri Gardner, a 37% three-point shooter on the year, which is pretty good. There is no way he was trying to bank that one home. It was so strong and off the mark that it was good. And the lead went from 9 to 12, and we're at the under 4 media timeout. 3:30 to play here in St. Augustine. Jaguars have gone on a big run here. Saints had it down 5 with the ball, and instead, they're now down 12 with 3:30 to go. We'll take a brief timeout and be right back here on the Peach Belt Digital Network. Saints ball front court. Bach Knight heads left. Penetrate and pitch off to Shackelford. Shackelford takes it in, floats. Can't finish but draws the foul. I think they give it to non-Fawn.
Foul is on number 24, Luis Nonfon. Making his way to the foul line for the Saints is number 4, Josiah Shackelford.
Shackelford will shoot a couple here. Saints need opportunities like this to score points with no time coming off the clock. 3:12 to play, down 12. It's going to be an uphill battle. First free throw is good for the freshman out of Sanford Seminole High School. He's 80% on the season from the free throw line. Left that one short. So the lead's 11 as we approach the 3-minute mark. St. Germain with it, guarded by Shackelford. He'll dribble out here near the midcourt stripe. Heads right, throw it back to Nonfon. Top of the circle, 3 is short, but a long rebound chased down by the Jaguars. They'll get a fresh 20. Milking the clock here, under 3 to play. Good hedge. Over to Joyner, spin move, floater, no good. Stick back for Louis Nonfon. Boy, that length. Nonfon at 6'7", Amadasun at 6'9". Shackelford down the paint, he'll flush it. And a foul. Shackelford attacks and flushes it home against Amadasun. I was talking about the length. Joyner 6'7", Gardner 6'4", Amadasun 6'9", and Nonfon 6'7". And you add in the point guard in John St. Germain, and that's a tough defensive lineup out there. They have such length and athleticism. Fly all over the court. Get a hand in your face when you're shooting three-pointers. And some youth as well. St. Germain, a sophomore. Nonfon, a freshman. Gardner, a junior. Shackelford converts for three-point play. So it's back to a 10-point game here. 2:15 to play. Saints in their full court trap. They're able to clear the timeline. Nonfon's got it left-hand side. He's the guy you might think about fouling if he gets the basketball. 58% on the year. Joyner's 57. This guy's 88, though. Don't want to foul him. Here's Gardner. Kick it off to Joyner for 3. Yeah, that could be the final dagger right there. Under 2 to play. It's a 13-point game on a Joyner three-point attempt. It's going to be an uphill battle down 10, and it's even more steep down 13. Offensive foul called on Jalen Jordan. He backed into Nonfon, and he just extended that arm just a little bit. When the referee can see that arm extend, even if he didn't push off as much as it looked like, when that arm extends, you're oftentimes going to get the offensive foul called against you, and it's exactly what happened. 90 seconds to go here in St. Augustine. It's the Jaguars 76 and the Saints 63. Saints back in that full court press. Trying to trap somebody. And there's a foul. Foul by Herdlicka on Max Amadasun.
Fouls on number 13, Max Herdlicka.
Amadasun 39 out of 51 on the season from the free throw line. It's good for 77%.
Max Amadasun to the foul line for the Jaguars.
First free throw is good for Amadasun. As I mentioned earlier, hometown of Dublin, Ireland. Division I transfer from St. Bonaventure. Good free throw shooter. He knocks them both in. Nothing but net on both of them. Final 90 seconds here. Saints are down 15. Balknight has stepped back, going to put it up. Thought he was going to get fouled, so leaned into it. And that ball is knocked out of bounds by the Jaguars. Stay with the Saints. An off-balance three-pointer, not what they were looking for, but Jax thought he was going to get fouled, and the defender was able to land without landing on top of him and kind of jump to the side and stay out of the way. Manning working against Gardner. He'll spin, pump, float, and get fouled. It's a good one-on-one matchup there. Mason Manning.
Fouls on number 2.
He has worked his tail end off tonight playing defense against Dimitri Gardner.
Making his way to the foul line for the
Conditioning
Saints
has
is
got to
number
be at a
2,
high level for Mason Manning, as hard as he's had to play on the defensive side to have anything left on the offensive end. Only 4 points tonight for Manning, who averages normally 7. They'll get Gardner out,
He'll shoot 2.
and Manning will shoot a couple. First is good. Gardner doesn't need to be out there anymore. He did his work tonight. Jags lead it by 14, and a lot of that is courtesy of his 24 points. As good a one-on-one player as we've seen in this gym this year. Into Amadousoon and quickly fouled by Max Herdlicka. Amadousoon's got a chance to add to his total here. He's already got a double-double. 15 points, 13 rebounds. And his free throw shooting has been exceptional. 7 out of 8 so far tonight. He'll have a chance for 2 more.
Max Amadousoon back to the foul line for the Jaguars.
For the game, the Jags are at 74% from the free throw line, 14 out of 19. First is perfect. One more coming. Augusta has out-rebounded the Saints 35 to 24. And Amadousoon does miss one of the 2 free throws. Manning's going to go underneath, throw it out to Herdlicka, cross-court Balknight. Now Shackelford. He'll drive, float and kick. Manning, pump fake, man flies by, over to Shackelford. 3 ball is short, no good. Rebound picked up by Augusta, and the Saints will back it off and not foul. They're going to let them play this possession out and not foul. Shot clock and game clock have quite a big differential, so Augusta's going to have to take a shot. Shot clock down to 10, 34 on the game clock, and Mason Manning ends up committing a foul.
Fouls on number 2, Mason Manning. John St. Germain at the foul line for the Jaguars.
St. Germain will be the free throw shooter. Chance for him to move to double figures. He's been stuck on 9 for quite a while. That takes him to 10. 10 points, 4 assists, 3 steals. 29 minutes of court time. 3 out of 5 from the field and a perfect 1-for-1 from the three-point strike. 81-65, it's a 16-point game. Final possession of the night, more than likely. Shot clock winding down as Jordan jacks up a 3-point attempt. And it's no good, and the Jaguars will clear the timeline, and now they can run it out. This one's going to go in the books at 81-65 in favor of Augusta. It was a good battle here in the second half. Saints got it as close as 4, but they fall by 16. Final score again, 81-65. Jags defeat the Saints tonight. 4 players in double figures for Augusta, led by Gardner. Joyner had 15. St. Germain had 11. Amada Soon had 16. For the Saints, Jordan led the way with 18. Shackelford had 15. Those are the only two in double digits for the Saints tonight. Tough night at the ballpark, but that is a good basketball team on the other side of the floor. The boys in the navy blue shirts, the white numbers tonight, they played incredibly well. Great size, great length, great athleticism. They win it tonight over the Saints, 81-65. That's our final tonight. Saints fall by a score of 81-65. And we'll get a couple minutes here. Coach Selwyn making his way over here. And we'll get him hooked up for a couple of comments and dial up line 3. Seems like as soon as you show up, the band gets a little bit louder, Coach. But well, I tell you what, that's a heck of a tough ball club over there tonight. You guys battled and got it down to about 4 points. I think it was 11 at one point, and then we cut it to 4, and just couldn't seem to get one of those 3-pointers to drop tonight.
Yeah. No, I mean Augusta, they're well coached and they're physical and they're big, and they really took us out of a lot of good things we do, and which we struggled in. But yeah, with 4:30 to go, it's a 4-point game and it's our ball. And I thought we had a good offense possession. We just missed the shot, and same thing. Missed Josiah and Hoku had a really good look, and they just didn't fall. And sometimes that happens. But then our toughness, I thought they were just so much tougher and more prepared than us the second half. So we'll have to watch that and see that, but we'll try to fix that.
Yeah, their length is really tough. Some teams are just a tough matchup for others. And as you look at them, other than St. Germain out there, the other 4 guys on the court are 6'4", 6'7", 6'9", and long.
Absolutely.
And they went to zone for one possession.
I know. I wish we saw more of that zone. They went zone and we were able to get 2 good looks, and then they got out of it. But, their length really bothered us, and their physicality, and we didn't have much. But then again, with 4 minutes to go, 4:30, it's a 4-point ball game, and I've tried telling our team that we just got to continue to overcome adversity, and in those moments, all these games, the way the Peach Belt is this year, and just college basketball, you got to go out there and compete. And I just thought that last 4:30 we didn't, and I thought the last couple games we have, even against Columbus, they made their shots, but we just didn't compete that last 4. And we'll watch film and we'll learn, and we got to get back on track.
Yeah, we got to. Again, we said this on Monday night. We'll say it again. Unfortunately, you don't have long to wait. You get back in action on Saturday. You got to try to find a little confidence. Get that mix.
Absolutely.
This is the hardest part. That mix of rest and a little recovery, but also a little bit of practice.
100%. Yeah, we will take tomorrow off, but we will practice hard Friday and try to get back on track and see where these last couple games go for us.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. The result wasn't what we were hoping for, but. That's 2 good basketball teams really working hard tonight. And I tell you what, I looked at their roster and I saw some freshmen on there. Those international kids are not freshmen.
Yep.
They're not young kids.
Like I said, Dip does a great job and recruits really well. And their size and physicality really bothered us. And they just continue to keep getting better. And credit to them. They made big plays, and they have 3 really good guards filled in with the long, lengthy freshmen and strong guys. So. But I appreciate you.
Tough matchup. Good to see you, Coach.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll see you on Saturday afternoon. That's Coach Blake Selwyn. A tough night for the Saints tonight here at home. The women did get a win, but the men fall for the 2nd consecutive home game to a very talented team here from Augusta. Let's take a quick look at the Peach Belt scoreboard. This game is fairly late because the women's game ran so long, so I'm hoping that the scoreboard has been updated around the Peach Belt Conference. And we'll scroll in here and hit the refresh button and see if any of those other games have ended and see what else happened in the Peach Belt men's basketball lineup tonight. And 3 games have gone final. So Aiken beats Georgia Southwestern. Lander beats North Georgia. Columbus State beats Clayton State. And, of course, Augusta beat Flagler here at home. No final on the Beaufort Georgia College game as of yet. That's the only one that hasn't gone final. And that one is in overtime, and it's 89-87. So still too early to call that one, but the other 4 have gone final here in the Peach Belt. So appreciate you being with us tonight. I'm John Phillips, bringing you Flagler College basketball here on the Peach Belt Digital Network. We'll see you on Saturday afternoon. Women at 1:30, men at 3:30, right here from St. Augustine. Good night.